Yo, your boy MC back. Last video we bring you Bone Thugs and Harmony. Go check that out. Gang. Today we bring you the Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang. With my fighting tiger style, the dragon style, the gorilla style, the snake style. Highest fire, fire soul. We hit the funk flow. Wu-Tang Clan is American hip hop collective formed in Staten Island, New York City in 1992. Its members include the RZA, the Jizz, Method Man, Raekwon, Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deck, U-God, Master Killer, and until his death in 2004, Oh Dirty Bastard. Rest in peace to the God. Close affiliate Capadonna later became an official member. They all credit revitalizing East Coast hip hop and are widely regarded as one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time. Origin, Staten Island, New York City, US. Genres, East Coast hip hop, hardcore hip hop. Works, Wu-Tang Clan discography. Years active, 1992 to present. Labels, Soul Temple, Loud, RCA, Columbia, SRC, Universal, Motown, Warner Brothers, BMG, The Ghostface Killer, The Method Man, The Raekwon, The Master Killer, the ODB, aka the Old Dirty Bastard, the Capadonna, past members, Old Dirty Bastard. After signing to Steve Riferdale's label Loud Records in 1992, the Wu-Tang Clan released their debut album, Enter the Wu-Tang Chamber. I gotta do it again. Wu-Tang 1, Wu-Tang 2, Wu-Tang 3, Wu-Tang 4. Now haters hit the floor with the Killer B style. And released their debut album, The Wu-Tang Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers in 1993, initially receiving positive reviews. It has since garnered a widespread critical acclaim and widely considered to be one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. Members of the group released solo albums between 1994 and 1996. In 1997, the group released their second album, Wu-Tang Forever. I gotta do it again. Wu-Tang for presidents. Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is for the children. Staten Island. And while it's considered to be one of the greatest albums, and the group released their second album, Wu-Tang Forever. It debuted at top of the 200 and was nominated for the Best Rap Album at the 1998 Grammy Awards. The group later released its albums The W, 2000, Iron Flag, 2001, 8 Diagrams, 2007, and The Better Tomorrow, 2014. To less popularity, the only copy of their seventh album, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, in 2015 was purchased for $2 million by former heads fund manager Martin Squalali, making it the most expensive work of music ever sold in 2026. The group was nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh. Wu-Tang Clan has introduced and launched the careers of a number of affiliate artists, the groups collectively known as the Wu-Tang Killer Bees. Founded in the late 1980s, cousins Robert Diggs, Gary Grice, and Russell Jones formed the name Force of the Imperial Masters, also known as the All In Together Crew, also known as All In Together Now Crew. Each member recorded under an alias, Diggs as Prince Rakeem, or the Scientist, Grice as the Genius, and Jones as the Specialist. The group never signed to a major record label, but caught the attention of the New York City rap scene and was recognized by rapper Biz Markie. Rest in peace. By 1991, The Genius and the Prince Rakeem were signed to separate record labels. The Genius released Words from the Genius in 1991, and Cold Chillin' Records and the Prince Rakeem released Oh, I Love You Rakeem in 1991. On Tommy Boy Records, both were soon dropped by their labels. They then adopted the new monikers. The Genius became the Jizza, pronounced Jizza, J-I-Z-Z-A. And Prince Rakeem became the RZA, pronounced RZA, I-I-Z-Z-A. The Splitters also took on a new name and became the Old Dirty Bastard, the OL exclamation mark DIRDTY BASTARD. RZA began collaborating with Dennis Coles, later known as Ghostface Killer, another rapper from the Stafford houses in Staten Island. The duo decided to create a hip hop group whose ethos would be blended with Eastern philosophy picked up from Kung Fu movies, 5% Nation teachings picking up. Mhm. The B style. Kung Fu movies teaching them comic books. Wu-Tang Clan assembled in late 1992 with RZA as the de facto adopted the name from the group after the film Shaolin and Wu-Tang. The group developed acronyms from the name as hip-hop pioneers such as KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane did with their names, including We Usually Take Our Ninjas Garments, Witty Unpredictable Talent and Natural Gain, and the Wisdom of the Universe, Truth of Allah, and for the nations of God. 1992 to 1996 entered the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers and solo albums. Wu-Tang Clan, better known by 1993 following the release of the independent single Protect the Neck. With the help of the gang, the group of sizable underground following through, there was some difficulty in finding a record label that would sign the Wu-Tang Clan, while still allowing each member to record solo albums with other albums. The labels Loud says RCA finally agreed to release their debut album Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers in November 1993. And the album loosely adopted a Shaolin versus Wu-Tang theme, dividing the album into Shaolin and Wu-Tang sections. Yeah. The album received critical acclaim and to date is regarded as one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. The success of their debut album established the group as a creative and influential force in the 1990s, allowing individual members to negotiate solo contracts. RZA spoke on the Wu-Tang Clan unorthodox business model. We reinvent the way hip-hop was structured. And what I mean is you had is you had to have a group signed to a label. You get the infrastructure of the deal was like anyone went to Def Jam, Ray stayed with Loud, Ghost went to Sony. All these labels still on the credits. Wu-Tang was a financial movement. So what do you want? Diversity? Your assets. RZA. In 1994, RZA founded a group, The Grave Diggers, with Prince Paul Fukin. Both are satanic and poetic. In August of that same year, the group released 6 Feet Deep, which became one of the most best-known works emerged for the horrorcore subgenre of Wu-Tang Clan, performing in the mid-90s. RZA held the role of primary producer for the first wave group. Member solo albums producing in his basement studio in the Staten Island in November 1994. Method Man's debut album, Tackle, aka TICAL, was released. And RZA's hands-on approach to tackle the spin beyond is merely created in the beats of developing songs, concepts, and structures. The track All I Need from Tackle was the winner of the Best Rap Performance by Duo Group in 1995 awards. Old Dirty Bastard debut album, Return of the 36 Chambers, The Dirty Verse, was released on March 1995 and is considered a hip hop classic. Raekwon's debut studio album, Only Built for Cuban Links, That Fall, was released on August 1995 and is featured all but one member of the Wu-Tang Clan, and it featured the debut of Cappadonna, who later joined the group. The album was also credited by reviving the also rap subgenre. GZA's debut album, The Liquid Swords, was released released in November 1995. I was 4 years old. Liquid Sword featured guest appearances from every Wu-Tang Clan member and is linked together From the experts from the 1980 movie Shogun Assassin, Ghostface Killer released his first solo album, Iron Man, in 1996. I am Iron Man, come to save the human race. If he's the one, was critically acclaimed and widely considered to be one of the best Wu-Tang solo albums. 1997 to 2000, Wu-Tang Forever, Diversification, and second string of solo albums. Wu-Tang Clan reassembled and released their second studio album, Wu-Tang Forever, in June 1997. Coming to a lyrical Mac team, Mac Live, and debuted at the number one of the Billboard 200. The album's lead single, Triumph, upon Lee. It's over 5 minutes long, features 9 verses from each member, plus Cappadonia and excluding Old Dirty Bastard, who appeared in the intro and the bridge, with no hook and repeated fades. And the album was produced by RZA and his protege True Master and Fourth Disciple. I meant. RZA protege True Master and Fourth Disciple. My bad, folks. And the group's lyrics differed significantly from those of their sixth chamber. In many verses within a dense stream of consciousness, formed heavily influenced by the teachers of the 5% Nation, Wu-Tang Forever. That 5% Forever was nominated for Best Rap Album. And at the 1998 Grammy Awards, losing to Puff Daddy, Old Dirty Bastard infamously protests the loss by interrupting Sean Colvin's acceptance speech for a Song of the Year. Killer Priest, a close associate with the group, released Heavy Mental in March 1998. And at the same month, Cappadonia released his debut album, The Pilot. Affiliation group Sons of the Man and Kill Army also released well-received albums, followed by the Wu-Tang Killer Bees, The Swarm, a compilation album released in 1998, showcasing these and more Wu-Tang affiliate artists, and including new solo tracks from the group members themselves. The Swarm sold well and was certified gold. It was also long in a line of releases from secondary affiliates such as Papa Wu, Shaheen, shout out to Shaheen, that's my boy, GP Wu, and Wu Syndicate. Second albums from the Gravediggers and Kill Army was as well as the greatest album. Greatest hits albums in the B-sides. In the B-sides compilation were also released the second round of solo albums. Wu-Tang Clan members including second albums from the 5 members who had already released albums, as well as debuts from all the remaining members with the exception of Master Killer. In the space of 2 years, Wizard, Body Digital, and Stereo, Method Man's Tycho 2000, Judgment Day, and Blackout with Red Man, Jizzle's been beneath the surface of the bastard. Inkward, please. Oh, yeah. Baby, I like it raw. And sin. You guys, Golden Arms, Redemption, Raekwon's Immobility, Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele, and Inspector Deck's Uncontrolled Substance were all released, and 7 of them being released in the space of the 7 months between June 1999 and January 2000, or let's mostly 199 to 0000. RZA also composed the score for the film Ghost Dog, Way the Samurai. That movie has older but Goldie. It's a classic. And directed by Jim Jarmusch, while he and other Wu-Tang members contributed music to the companion. Music inspired by the film album, the frequent release of the Wu-Tang Clan content between 1997 and 2000 was considered by some critics to have results in an overstructuration that was responsible for the group's decline in popularity. 2000 to 2001, the W in the Iron Flag. The group reconvened again in their third album, The W, despite his incarceration in California for violating the terms of his probation. Old Dirty Bastard was on the song considered Conditioner, features Snoop Dogg. Old Dirty Bastard's vocals were recorded via prison telephones. The W was released in November 2000. It was mostly well received by critics, including the single Gravel Pit, As we go, which sounds familiar to my boy. Uh, as back, forth and forth. As we go, paying homage to them. Just like Sunday. Instead, it's the Wu-Tang Clan released their fourth album. You know what it is. Album Iron Flag was a dope album. It originally featured the cover of the Iron Flag. Cappadonna was airbrushed out of the artwork and largely absent from the album entirely. This may be related to the tensions that arose within the group when it was revealed that Cappadonna's manager was or had been a police informant, or revelation that also brought in a manager subscribe fire, and Cappadonna continued collaborating and touring with the group in the following years. Cameo, that's one. You can hear the influence in there in the gravel pit. As we go, and back, forth and forth. You know, can't touch the candy. 2004 is and free services. In 2004, you got allegedly left the group, and DVD titled Rise of the Fallen Soldiers was released telling his problems, which was mostly with his treatment by RZA, who he claimed had hindered his success as a solo artist. You got formed a group of young proteges calling the Hillside Scramblers, which re-released the album You Godzilla, present the Hillside Scramblers. In March 2004, the dispute culminated. Shoot. Mm-hmm. The dispute culminated in a heated phone conversation between RZA and You Got on live radio, which ultimately saw to reconcile. He has since returned to the group. In 2004, the group embarked as a short European tour before coming together as a complete group in the first time in several years, and headlines Rock the Bells Festival in California. Concert was released on CD under the name The Disciples of the 36th Chamber, Chapter 1. Oh, that funky fresh MC style. In October 26, 2004, the group released their greatest hits albums, Legend of the Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan Greatest Hits. Death for Old Bastard. Old Bastard career was tremendous. His run-ins with the law was publicized, and he was arrested several times for offense assault, shoplifting, wearing a body armor. After being convinced of felony and possession of cocaine, he missed multiple court dates. In April 2001, he was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison. Once released from prison, he signed a $1 million contract with Rockefeller Records. Rest in peace, ODB. On November 13, 2004, Old Bastard collapsed at Wu-Tang recording studio in New York and was pronounced dead. Later that night, Wu-Tang Clan paid him homage a number of times. August 6, one of his sons came on the Wu-Tang concert at Webster Hall and Rap Brooklyn Zoo, along with his mother, and during the concert at the Hamilton Ballroom. The Clan brought his mother out on stage for a sing-along with Shimmy Shimmy Ya. I'm a one-man army. Hey, son, shame on you if you can't do the ODB Brooklyn Zoo. Brooklyn. The Shimmy Shimmy Ya, see me. I like his verse with Busta Rhymes on, uh, what's that song? Not Break Your Neck, but Got Y'all in Check. 2005 to 2010, solo albums, 8 Diagrams. 2005, release of his book titled The Wu-Tang Manual. In the same year, You Got second album, Mr. Excitement, and the collaboration between GZA and producer DJ Muggs, entitled Grandmasters, was on release. You know what we do. On March 28, 2006, Ghostface Killer released Fish Scales, another oldie but goldie. Check the album out. And to much critical acclaim and some commercial success, the entire group, including Cappadonna and a late Old Dirty Bastard, appeared to attract 9 million bros. The same year, Ghostface Killer released More Fish. Check that album out too. On June 25th, 2006, Suspected released an album titled The Resident Patient. Also released in 2006 with Master Killer's second studio album, Made in Brooklyn, and Method Man 421. A day after, Ghostface Killer releases 7th full-length album, The Big Doe Rehab. Check that album out. That's a bad motherfucker too of an album. In December 2007, I was 16 years old. In 2007, Wu-Tang Clan released their fifth album, Eight Diagrams, on Steve Rickford's new label SRC Records. The album marked the inclusion of Cappadonia as an official member of the group. In an interview with NTV.com, you know what it is. I'm like grinding where I'm from. Ghostface Killah stated he was upset with RZA for starting the Eight Diagrams project while he was in the middle of writing and recording Big Doe Rehab, as well as giving Eight Diagrams the same release date as Big Doe Rehab, for which RZA rescheduled a release date 1 week later. The outcome of Eight Diagrams received mixed views from both fans and critics, and is regarded as being RZA's most experimental work to date. Raekwon and Ghostface Killah were unhappy with the album and proposed recording a group album titled Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang Clan. Without RZA production, the album would eventually become Raekwon's fifth solo album, Shaolin vs. the Wu-Tang Clan. In 2008, RZA released Digi Snacks under the name Bobby Digital. The album included lesser-known Wu-Tang Clan affiliates such as Free Murder, Killer Sin, Black Knights, and others. But the same year, GZA released the album Pro Tools on September 2008. RZA announced that he had signed a deal with Digital Music Company back catalog worldwide digital for the first time, in addition to the forthcoming grind material. The Wu-Tang Clan's catalog, including 13 previous releases that have been previously unavailable on digital, including recordings by the group as a whole. You got Woosin, that Woo, Shaheem, West Coast Killer Bees, Black Knights, and others will be available online beginning on September 23rd. RZA said the time was right to bring some older Wu material to the masses. Digitally, our fans have been dedicated and patient, and they're hungry to hear the music that will set us apart from so many others. Hip hop is alive in the Wu music, and with the orchestra, we've got a solid partner in understanding our audience and is committed to doing all these can to help us reach the fans. I'm definitely looking forward to working with them to see what else can we all come with. There's much more to come. In 2009, You Got released his third solo album, Dolphin, which featured guest appearances of several Wu-Tang Clan members and affiliates, among others. I met mostly lukewarm reviews in Wu-Tang Clan chambers. Music was released, and the same year, aside from the project, exclusively produced by RZA, featuring live instrumentations from the Brooklyn soul band The Revelations. The album features appearances from 5 Wu-Tang Clan members along with AZ, Kool G Rap, Another's Good, Omega, Havoc, Sean Price, Recipe Sean Price, Recipes, Old Dirty Bastards, and MOP. And get that fool, hey, just kidnap that fool, get him, get him. And it's the first single Harbor Masters featuring Ghostface Killah, Expected It, and AZ RZA spoke about the album on the Billboard.com. I think the chamber music title is very fitting. This music is totally in the chamber, the mind frame of Wu-Tang Clan, like it Into the Wu-Tang 36. Gotta do it. Wu-Tang for the 36. Make sure you like this if you liking this flow. The story of the Wu-Tang Killer Bees, the ninjas from the east, the Staten Island, where you always keep you shivering with knowledge, fire, respect, and love. And Category by Wu-Tang, Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Links Part 2. That's a bad album too, check that out. I mean, bad is some good. It was released on September 2009, which features guest appearances from the several big name artists such and clan members, with Ghostface being the most prominent, and also production from RZA, Dr. Dre, Pete Rock, and Jay Dilla. Rest in peace, Jay Dilla. I know it's good when Dr. Dre, Pete Rock, and Jay Dilla produced. It's equivalent West Coast when it must be a hit when Nate Dogg singing on it. And initially intended to be released at Dr. Dre's Aftermath Records, the album debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 and at the number 2 on the top R&B hip hop albums. The chart has been praised by most music critics. Several weeks later, Ghostface released Ghosadini, Wizard of Poetry in Emerald City. Top of the album Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang Clan resurfaced in June and July 2009. Originally planned as a Wu-Tang album without RZA's input, the project involved including RZA only vocally, no contribution to production. Raekwon stated it'll be altered. Egos challenging each other, really allowing RZA to fall back on the production and allowing us to give him a flashback memory of the things we know we need from the Abbott RZA, and we want him to involve with the album as an MC. But the concept was for him to be involved production while speaking on NTV.com. And Method Man revealed his Ghostface Killers and Raekwon's plans to record a separate album as a trio. I don't want to say it's written in stone, but it's in discussion. I want some feedback from the fans to see how they would take that RZA produced tracks some others outside producers of course, and we're going to have the Wu-Tang Clan members in the album. But it'll be a Ray Ghostface Killer centered details. Ray Ghostface Killer and Meth centered details. Soon after Ghostface Killer cemented the details to record featuring the Wu-Tang Clan members was consist primarily of him, Method Man, and Raekwon. The title has announced the 3 separate trailers directed by Rick Cordero, promoting an upcoming releases of Wu Massacre. Speaking of their willingness to complete the album, since Ghostface estimated the date album will be end of 2009 or January 2010, and it announced that the album would be a pushback from December to March 30th, 2010. Single Meth vs. Chef Part 2. Meth vs. Chef Part 2. It was released after the announcement. Church. Produced by Mathematics. What's the Mathematics? Is that L's in the coup? Is that you? And update to the song Meth vs. Chef. And Method Man's first solo album, T-Call, featuring verses from only Method Man and Raekwon. It had been confirmed that Raekwon and Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang Clan would in fact be the next solo album. From the Wu. If you like this shirt, Instated Master see potential to Wu Say Massacre. Release date postponed in order to yield more studio time. On February 25th, 2011, the Wu-Tang Clan at the Paladin, New York City, or Paladin NYC, Paladin, New York City, was released due to the group's name, like a bowl of chili. Official Facebook page as a collector's digital download. This included exclusive unreleased freestyles. It was limited to 100 downloads before the page was disabled after the figure was reached. 2011, The President's Better Tomorrow, Once Upon a Time, and Shadow. We blow up like Shinobi. We coming through with the swords like Shinobi too. In June 29th, 2011, Raekwon announced the group was working on a new studio album, still in the early stages. Ghostface Killer later said the album would be released in March 2012. Boy said it sell. Members went back and forth on the issue, while GZA hinted the new album was unlikely. The RZA said the new Wu-Tang Clan album would happen after all of the accusations of the group's 20th anniversary through Raekwon's doubted it. July 19th, 2013, work on the 6th Wu-Tang Clan album was announced via the group's official Facebook page. In early March 2013, Method Man announced that the Clan is working on the 6th studio album and it will be released during 2013 celebration of their 20-year anniversary since 36 Chambers. Give me that Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. What? Shout out to Onyx. And it's taking place in Los Angeles in the Wu Mansion in New Jersey. RZA has also said he had talked to Adrian Young about working on a song for the album in April 11th, 2013. It was announced via press release that their up-and-coming studio album will be titled Better Tomorrow and was set to be released on July 2013. During the late April 2013, the Clan performed at the 2013 Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival on May 17th under unreleased Wu-Tang Clan titled Execution, and the album was released for purchase through RZA's record label, Soul Temple Records. They performed at the 2013 Hot 97 Summer Jam at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. 20 years after they performed at the first annual Summer Jam concert on June 5th, 2013, the first promotional single, Family Reunion, featured Master Killer, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, and RZA was released on the Soul Temple Record website. In June 2013, RZA said so far every member of the Clan except Raekwon and GZA had put in work on the Better Tomorrow album. That recording was being done at Wu Mansions and Wu Mansions West. Unreleased verses from Old Dirty Bastard. Rest in peace. That one man woman. Hey song. Shame if you can't step to the ODB. Brooklyn. If you love it, put your hands up. The thumbs up for the late ODB. And the late J Dilla. Showing love. Rest in peace to the legends. Bless the gods. And will be also featured the album. He also stated he was hoping to release the album in November 2013. In July 2013, Cappadonna indicted the album was halfway finished. Once November 2013 arrived, RZA gave an update on the album, saying that it's not every member had been significant working on the album. He gave credit to Method Man, Cappadonna, You God, and Master Killer for working hard on the album, while saying he needed more effort from Ghostface, Raekwon, and GZA. Shortly after Method Man stated that Raekwon had not worked on the album at all, Ghostface had openly recorded 2 songs for the album so far. In late November, RZA suggested that the album was approximately 6 weeks from completion. In January 2014, the group posted a message on their Facebook page saying the new Wu album, A Better Tomorrow, is coming soon. After the several disputes between Raekwon and RZA about the direction of the group, and album they reconciled with a later agreeing to record verses for A Better Tomorrow. On October 3rd, 2014, it was announced that the album will arrive December 2nd, 2014, courtesy of the new deal with Warner Brothers Records. The album was released in late 2014. On March 2014, they reported that the additions to the Better Work Tomorrow, the Wu-Tang Clan compilation album entitled The Woo. Woo, 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 woo. You know what it is. You know. Hey, Jack Ryder. Looking for a brand new subscriber. Once upon a time in the Shaolin, recorded with the Wu-Tang Clan affiliate producer Clive Rains. After this, as a primary producer instead of RZA. The album double album consists of 31 tracks and was controversial commercial release. An only copy has been produced as a copy tour at museums, art galleries, music festivals before being sold as a high price to a single individual. In August 2014, a reporter from Forbes traveled to Marrakesh to meet Silver Rings and hear a 51-second snippet of the song from the album. Subsequently, one of the album's case enhanced craft silver and nickel box made by British Moroccan artist Yayawa and features never before heard music recorded over years. RZA stated he was being receiving multiple million-dollar offers for the album, despite the album's exclusive inmate appearance in the electronic dance music producer Skrillex music video for the song F That. Even though he had not purchased the project, the album was sold through Paddle 8 on the auction house for $2 million to Martin Scorsese. When the FBI arrested Martin Scorsese on November 17, 2014, they did not seize the Wu-Tang Clan album following the victory of Republican candidate Donald Trump in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, Skrilla, broadcast experts from the album, and streaming platforms, Periscope, and uh, Hitbox TV. You know what I mean? Yada da, yada da mean. Yada da, yada da, yada da mean. On July 2021, the announcement of the album has been again sold by the U.S. government for an undisclosed amount, later revealed 4 million USD, following Skrilla handing it over. Handed it over to the FBI in 2018 after being convicted of investors, defrauding investors. The new owner of the album, the Place Deo Group, the saga continues. Not to be mistaken with Fleshbone Incorporated, or not to be mistaken with the wrestling group Full Blooded Italians. Yep. The saga continues. On August 25th, 2017, Wu-Tang Clan released a song, People Say, which featured Redman. RZA announced the song would be a part of the upcoming album titled The Saga Continues. The album was released on October 13th under the name Wu-Tang, as U-God was absent from it. The Saga Continues was primarily produced by Mathematics and debuted at number 15 on the Billboard 200. In Las Vegas, residency in Black Samson, the Bastard Sword. In December 2023, it announced that Wu-Tang Clan would host Wu-Tang Clan. The saga continues in Las Vegas residency and at the Theater Diversion Hotels in Paradise, Nevada. In the process, they became the first hip-hop act to ever receive an artist residency, and collected started performing at the residency in February 2024. On February 6, 2025, Wu-Tang Clan came and announced they would release a new joint project with producer and tour DJ Mathematics titled Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman, and on April 12th of the same year, in a coincidence with the Record Store Day, the distribution of the album, which was inspired by Black exploitation movies, and marked as the first release of features the entire formation of the collective since 2014, were initially limited to 5,002 XLP copies sold in a particular Record Store Day. Retailer's final tour on February 24th, 2025, the group announced the final tour, Wu-Tang Forever, the final chamber, with performances dates across North America from June to July of 2025. The final concert was held in Philadelphia on June 18th, 2025. Now we're going to go with the members. Hit that. RZA, Robert Fitzgerald Diggs, vocals, production 1992 to present. GZA, Gerald Eldridge Grice, vocals 1992 to present. Old Dirty Bastard, may rest in peace. Russell Tyrone Jones, vocals 1992 to 2004, his death. Method Man, Clifford Smith Jr., vocals 1992 to present. Raekwon, Corey Woods, vocals 1992 to present. Ghostface Killer, Dennis David Coles, the DDS, the DDC, yeah, as I like to call him, the Iron Man. Right Now, Tony Stark's Doom and Gloom, 1992, The Happiness of Far, 1992 to present. Inspector Deck, Jason S. Hunter, vocals 1992 to present. U-God, Lamont Jody Hopkins, vocals 1992 to present. Master Killer, Jamal Iframe, Bowen Elgin Turner, vocals 1993 to present. Cappadonia, Daryl Hills, vocals 2007 to present. Artistry, the production. RZA's production was described as all music as consisting of stark, booming beats and chilling samples, heavily drawn from the vintage soul records, as well as kung fu movies. Summarized as lean, menacing, according to RZA. He tries to have no more than 20 to 25% sampling of the records. Something starkly different from the other ones. Major hip-hop groups he uses the sampler more like a painter's palette than an Xerox. Then again, I might use it as an Xerox if I found rare beats that somebody had in their crates. Yet he played much of the piano with Bill Evans and Thelonious Monk. As a major influence, he created the piano part in The Mystery of the Chess Boxer. admission as chess boxing. After watching the Delancey's Monk documentary Straight No Chaser, RZA production techniques, specifically the manner of chopping up and with the speed or slowing soul samples, has been picked up by producers, including my man Kanye West. And Just Blaze, that's the boy. Just Blaze don't get enough credit. I might have to change that again. Just Blaze some more credit. Might have to do a video on him. Imagine that. The Dragon Fire Spitter. West take on RZA style briefly flooded the rap market with a dub chipmunk soul. The pitch pendant of a vocal sample of where sounding as though the singer had inhaled helium. Several producers copied the style, creating other offshoots. West was admitted that his style was distinctly influenced by RZA's production, and RZA has acknowledged his influence in the issue of Scratch magazine, saying he wished he had produced Jesus Walks and Breathe, two 2004 hits produced by Kanye West and Just Blaze. Especially Kanye West was committed. Wu-Tang, me and my friends talk about this all the time. We think Wu-Tang had one of the biggest impacts for as far as movement, from slang to style to dress to skits to samples. Similar to the production style I use, RZA has been doing it. What up? Raekwon lyrics. Raekwon's only built for keeping links help with the likes of Kool G Rap popularizing my Mafio's rap, which remained widespread for more than half a decade. The landmark album titled A Lifestyle Pattern on Drug Dealing, Regrets Living in Harsh Conditions, and partying, including popularizing the Cristal brand of champagne, which Nas, Mobb Deep, Notorious B.I.G., and Jay-Z, and other popular artists, all borrowed and even expanded upon these themes at the point of respective careers. Rest in peace, Prodigy of Mobb Deep. Rest in peace, Big Smalls. Baby. I got a video of him. Go check that out after this video. The Wu-Tang Clan slang was long been a staple of the music wherein the members of blend 5% of concepts, things from Kung Fu and other martial arts, as well as comic books and street slang, to create their own nicknames for actions, people, places, and things, such as Chris Line of Staten Island and Shaolin, the money of period C period R period E period A period M. You know what it is. RZA noted the Wu-Tang manual. The Raekwon was the resident slang master, responsible for a large number of slang terms used by the group. Syndication video games. All 9 original members of the group were featured in the game Wu-Tang Clan Shaolin Style, released for the PlayStation in October 31st, 1999, as well as a special collector's edition. Controller, Ghostface Killer, and Method Man played themselves in all 3 games of Def Jam series: Def Jam Vendetta, Def Jam Fight for New York, and Def Jam Icons. The video games also feature Wu-Tang affiliate Redman. Bless the God, go woman and man. Method Man is a avid fan of video games. Himself has publicly stated he loves playing SOCOM online and with other PlayStation 2 users as part of online clan. KMA / Kiss My Aid. His SOCOM 2 name is ICU. He also fellow SOCOM, SOCOM player featured his skit in the album 421 the day after. Yay. In the Army of Two, main character Salem talks about Wu-Tang, asking his teammate Rios who is the best member, and Salem says RZA, but he says Ghostface Killer is pretty good himself. In the cutscene, a reference is made when Salem says survey says, or Steve Harvey, Steve voice, survey says, and Rios replies, you're dead. These things that I'm doing was like, you're dead. This thing's reference the lyrics in the survey says, you're dead from Wu-Tang Clan, ain't nothing to F with. From the album Into the Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers. Several tracks by clan members and affiliates such as Method Man, Ghostface, Capadon, and Trife, DJ Mathematics, and others featured in the 2006 game Saints Row. I like my game right there. Samurai, one of my favorite animes. Based on the TV series, was released in January 2009 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Its soundtrack, like the show, was produced by RZA. On June 2025, the group announced corporate action RPG Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver. Clothesline. Clothing line. Clothesline. Oliver Power Grant was one of the first to move from the music to clothes. The Clans executive produced. Grant began making clothes in the early 1990s with little success, but in 1995, after the platinum success of Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, manufacturers who early wouldn't stand Power critics saw the potential. He opened for Wu-Tang Wu-Wear stores in New York City, in Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Norfolk, Virginia. The line who also carried Macy's, Richardson, DMO, among others. Power said he earned $10 million in 1998. Method Man wasn't happy with the decision to bring Wu-Tang Clan in the fashion world with Wu-Wear. Despite the brand being a major money maker for the group, when Wu-Wear started making shoes and sneakers and pants and was shoddy material, never rocked that stuff. But he said the S word, the rhymes with spit, not S-P-I-T spit. Ain't going to bring out Old Dirty Wear declared ODB set was ready, worn clothes, dirty wear for the girl who likes to wear her panties 3 times a day in a row. In 1999, Nike released the Wu-Tang Clan Dean Dunk High. The shoes were produced in low quantities. Their rarity and popularity made them very sought after, with wrestler prices as much as $7,500. A partnership between Wu-Tang Clan and Afterlife. A partnership between Wu-Tang Clan and A-Life. New York City Clothing Group took place in 2007 to 2008. An exclusive series of custom sneakers, t-shirts, hoodies, and other accessories for men and women. The collection was named Wu-Tang Life. Televisions. Documentaries. Wu-Tang revealed a just directed documentary promised to show behind the scenes of the clan and was yet to be released. You Got Rise of Fallen Soldiers. Details You Got side of the struggle between him and RZA circa 2004 to 2005. Gerald K. Barkley directed the Wu-Tang's documentary entitled Wu-Tang, the story of the Wu-Tang Clan was premiered on BET on November 13th, 2008. The documentary was released on DVD on November 18th, 2008. On November 10th, 2009, the documentary of Old Dirty Bastard was released entitled Dirty, the official ODB biography. The documentary features interviews and stories from his family members, Wu-Tang members, and affiliates, well, and interviews with Old Dirty Bastard and live performances. Wu-Tang Saga, starring Capadonna and featuring figures of the clan dating back to the early 90s. Due to most recent tours, was released on February 25th, 2010. In May 2019, Showtime premiered the 4th episode documentary series Wu-Tang Clan of the Mox Man. The documentary was created by Saucer Jenkins and tells the story of the New York-based hip-hop group Wu-Tang Clan from the earliest times of the commentary and 25th anniversary of the group. The series featured interviews from all living members of the Wu-Tang Clan, a 7-track EP, which released on May 17, 2019, 1 week after the documentary premiered. On September 16, 2025, German televised broadcaster NDR released the documentary Eva Ray's Undeterred Wu-Tang Clan, revolving around the story of the group's longtime manager Eve Rise and a role in his rise to fame. The documentary contains many exclusive interviews and long-lost original footage from touring and recording sessions. Wu-Tang and American Saga. On September 4th, 2019, Hulu released Wu-Tang Clan American Saga, a fictionalized account of the formation of the Wu-Tang Clan. The drama web series was created by RZA and Alex TSE. Period. In January 2020, Hulu renewed the series for a second season. In November 2021, the series was renewed for a third and final season, which premiered on February 15th, 2023, and concluded the April 5th, 2023. Collaborators. The Wu-Tang Clan was a wide range of collaborations and associations, close collaborators to original members of the group as a whole, included mainly East Coast-based artists, including Redman, Mobb Deep, Busta Rhymes, my boy, Eric Sermon, Nas, Pete Rock. Yeah, Busta Rhymes still got that flow. Busta Rhymes crazy and Busta Rhymes awesome. Busta Rhymes never been a buster. He just got Busta in the name. Discography studio albums. Enter the Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers, 1993. Wu-Tang Forever, 1997. The W, 2000. Iron Flag, 2001. Eight Diagrams, 2007. A Better Tomorrow, 2014. Once Upon a Time, Shaolin, 2015. And Wu-Tang releases. Some of Wu-Tang Clan projects have been built under the abbreviated name Wu-Tang. The W period nigga T-A-N-G. Basically just W-T-A-N-G. Typically for compilation style albums that do not feature all official clan members or are not approached as a full group efforts. These releases created as particular participate artists individually regardless of whether they are core members or not. Chamber Music 2009, Legendary Weapons 2011. The Cycle Continues 2017. Of Mike's and Man 2019. Black Samson, The Bastard Swordsman 2025. And that's the story of the Wu-Tang Clan. I hope you love that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, share this, and support the funky, freaky thumbnails I got. Freaky as in fun music. And we thank y'all viewers. Share this, view the heck out of this, tell it to a friend, get the subscriptions up, please. God bless and I love you. Remember, peace from the Shaolin, the dragon, the tiger, the mouse, the snake, the scorpion, the centipede style, like the 5 deadly venoms. We out. Remember, Wu-Tang is for the children. In Wu-Tang we trust. First Chronicles chapter 9.